Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for FFG Live. I feel like it has been forever and a day. And I do have to say, I've missed you. And I'm going to keep the awkward eye contact. Shh, just wait. It's still going. Okay, that's how much I've missed you. But two people that I've missed less because I've been hanging out with them for the past little bit are joining me today. As always, I'm Josh Massey, and I am joined today by Jeremy Zwirn, aka Jay-Z, aka Going Infinite, going like there are
went
so
infinite again.
went infinite again. There it is. I knew there was a thing. All of the names.
The secret
Jeremy.
is that there's actually like hundreds of thousands of Jeremys.
You've
we didn't wanna
absorbed
let you know.
all of them, haven't you? That's how you're so powerful.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. How do you think you got so powerful?
And we've got Tyler over here too. I mean,
I'm
hi Tyler.
significantly less powerful, just to be clear.
So you guys are joining me today. We are talking about the Lord of the Rings living card game.
One of my favorite games of all time.
Yes. So I want to get a little bit of your history with the game. Like, Jeremy, I know every time I've talked about this game for OP purposes, you are my main contact. So how long have you been working on the game? Like,
I guess I've been playing the game soon after it came out, maybe a year after it came out. I started playtesting for the company about this roughly the same time, a little bit later. So I've been involved with the game, at least playtesting wise, for 9 years now. Almost.
okay.
I've been, I guess, officially working on the game for, I don't know, 4 roughly years or so. Like, I mean, here or there, not, full time, but
Right.
involved with the game from time to time for about 4 years.
Nice. And then Tyler.
Sounds about right. So the game, I was at Gen Con when it came, or around the year it came out. Or no, it wasn't Gen Con. I was at KublaCon in California in 2011 when the game was coming out, and I was like actively thinking to myself, man, I have missed having a Lord of the Rings card game to play. And then, like a couple days later, I was at the con, and there it was, and I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. And the next thing I knew, it's 11 years later, and I'm still loving this game. So I've been playing it since the beginning, and similar to Jeremy, I play tested for several years before getting hired, and then I got to co-design one of the cycle expansions with Caleb Grace, the Arid Mithrin cycle, of which I'm very proud. And similar to you, since getting hired, I've not been actively designing new content for the game, except as sort of an advisory, hey, here's some ideas, and helping out with the management of the line, because I'm never going to take my finger out of the Lord of the Rings bucket.
Nice. Cool. And then there's me.
And then there's you.
I've not done
And
any
you've
work
played
on
the game one time ever.
I did play the game one time. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, so let's just talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a box.
It's back.
It's so pretty. I love
Back,
it.
new and improved.
So yes, it is new and improved. So tell me about that. So when this game came out 11 years ago, it came out supporting how many players in this box?
2.
I was waiting for that to hit.
That's
Floated
not
real
enough.
slowly. But that's not enough people. Because, 1 plus 1
Equals 2.
plus 1
Equals.
is at least 6. Maybe. I'm bad at math. Don't judge me. So this game supports 4 players right out of the box, which is spectacular, because otherwise one of us would be very awkwardly sitting here during the live stream.
Or we'd have to buy 2 boxes, and that would feel
Or
weird.
we'd have to buy 2, and I mean, I can't afford that. So we've got,
Good news for you, you don't have to. Now you can buy 1 box.
can buy
Get it
1,
all.
and I have enough for my entire family to sit down and play, which is great. Okay, so we've got stuff in the box. I did forget about that part of the box.
I had also forgotten, and I was going to make a comment, and then you made the comment first.
So I don't know if we've got that top-down view right now, but we should go to it. And we have a vac tray. We have a vac tray, so everything's going to fit in there, and it's going to be beautiful and wonderful and amazing.
And you're going to get to store your cards afterwards, and all of your expansions afterwards in this nice box.
Which is where the beautiful, wonderful, and amazing come into play, because it all just goes right here. It's so good. All right, so we have a vac tray. We've got cards that, for those of you who've been playing the game for some time, you've already seen. and you've already used and you've already played with, but we've also got some new cards. I don't know if either of you know where those are packaged.
Good question.
So let's start opening things up. This is, so
on-
I have my personal copy at home,
Dibs on this.
which is still sealed. So Tyler did mention it. I've only played the game once. So one of the things that we like to do with our live streams, especially for a new game, is get somebody with less experience involved. So my one experience with this game, I'll actually explain why it's my one experience. So when I started with the company, the game had been going for 7 years already. You found him? Sweet. So game had been out for 7 years. And I was just like, seeing people play it in the office, it looks amazing, but I just can't jump in because there were some products that weren't available anymore. And I am not as bad as some people in the company. But I like to have everything if I can. You know who I'm talking about. You both know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
So if I can get everything, I want it. And if I can't, I typically steer clear. But now that I know that we're like changing things, we've got a new core, and I can start at the beginning and then get any potential other things that might come out. Wink, wink.
It's a game with expansions. You don't have to. You don't have to lampshade it.
All right. It is a game with expansions. We just won't talk about how deep that's going. But yeah, so when this came out, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to learn this game. I'm going to figure it out. We had an early, like pre-release event where we were talking to a bunch of people at Asmodee and teaching them the game. And I had never played. So I looked through the rule book, almost the whole rule book. I chatted with some people, and then I taught people how to play the game. So my one experience was half playing, half teaching, but I know that's half and half, which equals a whole, but also 3/4 asking Jay-Z if what I was doing was right. So it was a great night. I do love the game, but I am new, so I will be doing something during this live stream, and I will be asking questions. I will make sure that I'm doing things right. These two can slap me around if they want to, but what I want you to do is I want you to also ask questions. Let us know if there's anything that you see that's confusing or anything that like you missed why an interaction happened the way it did. Feel free to throw that in the chat. I will be looking at my phone through the stream. It is not to check my text messages. It is to check, no.
Their messages and their text.
Not to check my personal text messages. We have a couple people behind the scenes here that will be watching your questions and then forwarding things my way if they need to be answered on stream. So yeah, I mean, that's me and this game. So let's show off some of this new stuff. You've got the new cards? Did you pass them over?
We passed them over. The ritual of punching out punch is always satisfying.
It really is. All right, so what are we starting with here? Tell me what we should show off that people have not seen before.
We should show off that one.
This one. All right.
No, just the front side.
Yeah, I was
Spoiler
looking at the
alert.
backside for
Spoiler
me. So we do have some new cards, and these cards have a very specific purpose.
Yes, if you're a longtime Lord of the Rings, the card game player, you will immediately recognize what these are. And also, you will know that it's new to you. If you are not a longtime Lord of the Rings player, this is a campaign card because we have added rules to play the scenarios in this box as a campaign where you play the first one and then you play the second one, which has ramifications based on how you did or what choices you made in the first one, right? That's how a campaign works.
I just learned something new today.
This is, don't play dumb.
But what? Never mind.
We know adding campaign play to the Lord of the Rings, the card game, is something that we experimented with in the Saga expansions, and it was really popular, and we really wanted to do it, but we couldn't easily go back and change the core set until one day when we could.
That day wasn't that long ago, even.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Although it was long ago enough for us to make this product.
Right, that's fair. That's fair, which is never a short process. Cool. So campaign, which is great because now everything is connected in this box as well. You're telling a story, and you're able to tell that story because we now have campaign cards, if I could speak.
So, you know, you can play through all 3 scenarios connected, and when you play through them, you'll sometimes earn boons, cool cards that help you. You might earn burdens as well, cards that may harm you. So each playthrough, you might get different cards and different things may happen. So I think it was definitely more replayability and just a better experience.
Cool. All right, so before we jump into any of those other cards, Jay-Z, figure out what order we want them in. I do want to talk about some other stuff, because we've got some other stuff for this game coming out, some very soon, some fairly soon. So I'll reach over here. We do have the Dark of Mirkwood scenario pack that will be coming out, I said at least one of them very soon. Very soon. Unless you already have it, because some markets I think already have it. But very soon if you don't.
So if you live in the future, please contact me and tell me how to get a copy from the future.
Right. I mean, if you're just getting a copy of this from Future Person, you're doing Future Person wrong.
Actually,
I mean, there are
if
so
you're in
many.
the future, you should come back and tell me what's going to happen so I can change it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Time travel is real.
So that. We've got that. And we do have a question. I will get to that in a moment. But we also have some things that are coming out fairly soon. And these are our starter decks. Oh, they're so pretty.
And also they're super fun.
I love them. And they're super what?
Fun.
Fun?
It's a whole deck?
Is that what games are for? Fun?
Not if you're playing.
Okay. I ruin games. I hope I'm not one of those people. I don't try to ruin games.
Jay-Z and I are here to keep you on track.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you. I appreciate you both. If not for my supporters, these streams would be, oh, well, maybe they just wouldn't happen. Kind of like the last one where I was flying solo. But we won't get into that today.
Oh, boy. That's a
you know
story for-
about
that's
it.
a
You know
story for
about
later.
it. But yeah, so this question did come through. So somebody did ask, as a new player, they have the revised Dark of Mirkwood. Hey, future! We found your future person! They already have Dark of Mirkwood.
Nice.
And the 4 new decks pre-ordered. Oh, I didn't see the pre-ordered.
Wow.
Not future person.
Learn to read.
I was reading. I just didn't read
faster.
far enough. So have those pre-ordered as well. So, oh, no, that's a separate sentence. They have it.
Okay.
Wow. Reading and reading comprehension. I need those.
See,
so they have the revised
heckle
core.
him because
They have Dark of
I
Mirkwood.
can heckle him because I can't read that, so I'm just assuming that everything he says is true.
So the 4 new decks are pre-ordered as well. With those decks, are they stronger than the revised core decks? Oh, okay. So is it better to play these?
They are more powerful, yes.
Yes.
They're, I guess, more cohesive. They've got a theme. So elves, dwarves, Rohan, Gondor. So they're very thematic, and yeah, they're a bit more cohesive. They have a kind of more optimum strategy that they each have that makes them a little bit unique and fun to play. So I think the core set cards are a little more generic, basic. They're definitely a lot of good solid cards in core set as well, but I think the theme decks are made to be played by themselves and really, I don't know, just have a funner experience, more thematic. And you'll probably do better. I mean, some scenarios can be challenging in this game, so if you're worried about, not having as much fun, if you're too challenging, I think the starter decks give you a better chance of beating some of these more difficult scenarios.
Okay. So I'm going to follow up with a question. When starting the game, is it better to start with a deck from the core because it's specifically, like, are they easier to play?
Yes. Like the starter decks have a little more complex cards in their
Okay.
interactions, so yeah, it takes a little more getting used to the starter decks, but yeah, it depends. Like if you really love, you like elves, you're a huge fan of elves, pick up the elf starter deck and have fun and take your time learning it. There's some cool interactions you might not pick up right away, but that's one of the fun things playing a game is replaying and finding new interactions and just having a fun time with kind of this cool different way to play the game. Each deck has kind of unique style that you'll get to learn and explore as you play it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say they're a little bit more complicated, but they have a lot more personality, and sometimes that can help you. If you know how the deck is supposed to feel, that sometimes where people will help you learn how to pilot the deck, right?
Right. Yeah.
We wouldn't call them starter decks for nothing, but yeah, obviously they've got more mechanical nuance going on.
Okay.
Each starter deck does come with some extra cards as well, so you can customize the starter deck.
Yes.
That's
Oh, you can also adjust that.
Yes, it's
With
not just a single deck. It's
Yeah.
some extra cards to put in a different sphere or different cards. Just have some fun to build your own little version of your deck instead of just the exact same copy every time.
Right. And I guess, this might be a terrible question, but can I take any of the cards from the revised core and add those to those
Sure
as well?
can, yeah.
Right.
So-
Deck building is anything you have access to, you can use to build your deck.
To me, it's one of the funnest aspects of card games is customizing your own decks and your own experience.
Yep.
And makes playing the game over and over a lot of fun. It keeps coming with new ideas and try this out. And
Yep.
I have probably built hundreds of Lord of the Rings decks in my time.
easily.
I will never get bored of building Lord of the Rings decks.
Well, I have only built one so far, and you helped me put it together, and it was out of this box. So, I mean, not this box. This one's new, fancy. All right, cool. So, is there anything else we need to talk about the game before we start setting up and playing? I mean,
not really. A quick overview of what the game is. I guess if you're totally new
Yeah.
to Lord of the Rings, the card game, this is a living card game in which each player brings 3 heroes to the table, and between their heroes and their allies, they assemble their own little personal fellowship of protagonists, if you will, and you go on quests. And each quest has a specific narrative to it, and also a specific set of objectives that you have to accomplish. You'll encounter locations that you have to overcome, enemies to defeat, treacheries to endure, and hopefully a lot of really interesting strategic decisions as you save Middle-earth from the coming darkness of Sauron.
okay, cool. Well, since this is a revised core live stream, we're going to put these away.
But Josh,
Really?
it's a starter deck.
Yeah.
I'm starting. I'm going to play the starter.
Yes, we're talking about the revised core today, though. These products aren't officially out yet.
But
So-
they are officially announced.
Right, but they're not out. So, not going to happen. Not today.
I think we should.
You can't say no
Casey.
to Jay-Z. He's got infinite
I
power.
can't say no to him,
I
but
wanna-
Casey can.
I wanna
So
show off
Casey,
his new
tell
deck.
them that we cannot show off the new product.
I say go for it.
There we go.
She says go for it.
I think chat would want to see some new stuff
Yeah,
too, right?
chat wants to see the new stuff. You can't turn down chat.
Okay, no. We're going to put it to the chat now. Do you want to see new stuff? Or do you want to be boring like me?
Yes, no. You want to see new
Boring?
stuff.
Exciting. Boring.
The chat isn't live yet, but they want to see it.
All right, fine.
Chat wants it.
Pick your decks. I don't know who wants to be what.
I'm an elf.
We're playing the passage through Mirkwood, so the dwarves went through Mirkwood, so
Makes sense, and elves kind of live there.
Elves and dwarves, they're friends, right?
sure.
I will
there.
not be playing one of the starter decks, though. I am going to play a deck from the core just so that, we can actually have one deck that is from this product.
It's not cheating when it says starter on it.
It's fair. I almost made a comment, and I'm glad that I didn't. All right.
Okay.
Cool. So
Is unboxing for the starter.
we aren't showing off one of the things. I mean, we've already mentioned it, but one of the things I wanted to show off is that you can play with 4 players right out of the box.
But 3 players counts.
3 players counts, but you're not even using the decks from the box.
No, but we do have these new and improved, slightly smaller, easier to travel with, and also we fit 4 of them in the box threat dials.
Okay, I'm setting mine to 99. That's good.
That's what I hear. Yes.
Yeah. 99 is the biggest and best number.
And having lots of threat is always a good thing, right?
Yes. Threat is best.
Yes, especially when it has the Eye of Sauron on it. You want the Eye of Sauron to have the biggest number possible?
Yes.
Here, quick unboxing. For
Maybe
the
I'm a
starter
bad
deck.
guy. Oh, yeah. I guess if we want to go hit that top-down camera, we can do an unboxing for the starter.
Quick unboxing for the starter deck. I did it. I opened the box.
Woo! It has been unboxed.
In here,
Put it away. They don't
in
want to see
here-
it anymore.
No, too bad. I want to see it. In here we have a little thing that tells you about the deck. Look, here's how to play. Here's all the cool stuff. Here's a list of the deck. And also cards. Yay! This is what we're really here for.
Yay! So you're building my deck for me too, right, Jay-Z?
Building it?
Oh.
The starter deck?
Oh, for the starter.
Yeah,
I got you.
I think you had.
He's
Oh,
got
you
the
have all the
cards.
cards. Okay,
Spoiler
sorry, I
alert.
saw cards over there.
I
Okay,
stole all the
cards.
cards.
Yep,
Yeah.
card thief.
Uh,
Should be the name of a card, by the way. Card thief.
and you need.
In a
what,
very
3 of these guys.
yes, you need Gandalf.
Gandalf, best card.
He really is ridiculous.
It's almost like he's just one of the most powerful figures in Lord of the Rings.
right.
Yep. Cards. And more cards. If I remember correctly, we put the not in the deck cards at the end.
Yeah, there's a card in the middle. So the first, I suppose, 50, you got your 3 heroes on the very top. And the next 50 cards are your starter deck. And the very next
There it is.
card is the card just has a big halt on there. So
Don't do it.
yeah, every card behind there is the optional cards. You can use to tweak your deck if you want. Otherwise, if you want to start playing, just take those 50 cards, the 3 heroes, you're ready to go.
So when you said that there were some cards that they could use to,
There's quite a few.
that's a lot more
no, we're
cards
not-
than I thought it was going to
We're
be.
not messing around. Like,
All right. There's a lot of deck building options going on there, and we do have a deck building question that we will get into later because that's more intense.
More
yeah,
intense.
that's for post stream, not post stream, post gameplay part of stream. So, all right, perfect. So, what aspects are you guys playing? Like, what am I gonna do? What
They're
should I
called
be?
spheres.
Or spheres. Sorry, yeah,
New,
sphere.
it's fine. So there's 4 main spheres. You're the leadership sphere.
Yeah.
I'm showing out some of these just to show you quick.
So
Here's Aragorn. He's a hero.
leadership.
Yep, that's the leadership icon, the little purple thing. Heroes start and play. You can start with up to 3 heroes in play. And then every other card is a part of your deck, a minimum of 50 cards. Leadership is kind of more about, they love to do like resource generation and overall they're a pretty solid sphere. They're probably my favorite spheres personally. It's just a really fun sphere that can do a lot of powerful stuff. They can do a lot of readying effects. They're good at that. Like Aragorn himself has the ability to ready by paying a resource to
So
ready.
good.
Readying is very powerful. You
Yep.
get extra things you do every round by readying. I guess the next sphere, so your mono leadership, that's the easiest way to start the game is with the starter decks and the core set. They're just one mono sphere. It's very easy. The starter decks that we're playing usually have multiple spheres. So
Oh wow, yeah, look at you.
I
my
got
deck is leadership and
3
lore.
3 out of the box.
So here's Dory. That's lore, the little book, the green icon. That's another sphere that loves they're more about lore, drawing cards, and a lot of healing. I love drawing cards, so I also love lore as well. So it's gonna make sense. I'm playing the
Conspicuous.
leadership lore deck. I guess I'm actually thinking about doing a little switch on my deck here myself because I love playing 3 spheres. It's my favorite way to play is to get the best of 3 spheres and the most powerful cards. So this is Nori. So he's a spirit sphere, the little blue symbol. They're really good at like willpower. That's a very important aspect of the game. To go on quests, be more powerful at completing your quests. They can do some canceling of effects. That's one of the most powerful cards in the game. Is Test of Will. It's a very good one in the core set. I believe
have it, right.
you probably have some in your deck as well.
I sure hope so.
And then the other sphere is tactics.
Yes. Okay, good.
Here's Gimli. Tactics love combat. They love fighting and getting in the thick of it. They love defeating enemies, blocking enemies, and they're very powerful at subduing enemies, which will be coming out sometimes very rapidly, and a lot of combat going on. So they excel at that.
Cool.
So I know you played leadership.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one time you played. So if you just want to stick to that, that's,
I think that's what I will do.
you're familiar with that deck, and I think I kind of want to like swap out. I will do a little bit of swapping. I want to play swap up.
Oh, and you gave me the leadership deck.
If you're with Nori,
I may
Just
have
with-
seen this coming.
Yeah. All right.
throw on a few cards, and
I got someone from the future to tell me that you were going to play leadership.
Nice. I would like to meet that person after the stream. All right. So I know that each of these hero cards has a number on it, and that is an amount of threat
Yes.
that you start the
so-
game with. So
sure, of course.
we have 3, right? Like I have 3 in this starter.
Heroes, yes.
I can run fewer than that if I'd like.
You could, yeah. You'll have a lower starting threats. So your starting threats, the threat cost in the upper left there. You'll add up all that in your heroes, and you'll set that on your dial. So that's your starting threats. Whenever you hit 50 on your threat dial, you're immediately eliminated from the game.
So don't do that.
The ISR has spotted you. At the end of every round, your threat will go up by 1 automatically. So the more powerful heroes you start with, the higher threat you'll have.
Yep.
Also, the higher threat you have, the more vulnerable you are to enemies coming and finding you and attacking you. So starting at a very high threat is usually not a good idea. So that's why you don't want to start with 3 of the most high cost threat cost heroes because you might be asking for us.
Right.
You usually want to balance it out, and I think the high 20s is acceptable. That's fine.
Okay.
Low 30s is pushing it, but there are ways to lower your threat as well. Some card effects can do that.
Yeah.
I like to have 1 or 2 heavy hitters and then put a hobbit next to them to help hide.
Yeah, Hobbits are very
Smart.
very low threat because they're very sneaky, so they can evade enemies pretty well. Evade SOAR on the ISR are pretty good. So you'll have 3 heroes you start and play with. Usually, that's at optimal. Start
Yep.
with 3. You'll be generating resources every round with your heroes. Once per round, you get 1 resource per hero. That's how you'll be playing cards. Every card has a cost. I'll just show off this card quick. Erebor Hammersmith. So his cost is a big 2 up top there. So if you want to play him, you just spend 2 resources. And then since he's lore, you can only spend resources off lore heroes to pay for him.
Or heroes that have an upgrade that gives them lore.
Sure, there are some of those, I believe.
They're pretty rare.
Yeah.
I have one in
I
my
think
deck.
there's some in the
'Cause of
deck
Galadriel.
There are some other cards going to do it too.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have. you
I have
have
one.
You have it with Aragorn.
Plebeian Stone.
I know I used it with Aragorn last time.
So yeah,
The-
whenever you play a card, just spend the resources out to matching heroes, put the card in play. Allies stay in play. There's no limit to how many allies you can have. You just get a huge thing, add more to your fellowship. Usually the more the better, because it makes it more powerful. There's also upgrades or attachments. Whenever you're playing attachments, you choose a character in play, or if it tells you what to attach you, like it says attached to a dwarf character, choose any dwarf character in play, simply attach it to that, pay the cost. It stays in play as well, gives you a cool benefit. And then there's also events. It's the simplest, where you simply pay the cost, do what it says, discard it. It's a one-time effect. Usually it can be a pretty nice, powerful effect, but that's it. It's a one-time, so.
Yep.
And then those are the main card effects. You go with basic round structure. You'll start the resource phase by getting resources. You'll each draw a card once per round. Then there's a planning phase where you can play cards. We'll go in turn order. There's a first player marker here to denote who goes first every round. So pass that at the end of every round. So every round we can take the first turn, we'll share it. Once we're done playing our cards, we'll go on a quest. That's kind of the heart and soul, where we have quest cards in play. Like here's, I guess, can we see if we do like this? Let's flip it over though. This is the heart and soul of every scenario is quest cards. There's usually sometimes multiple quest cards, a deck of them. That's our objective. That's how we want to progress and eventually win the game. During the quest phase, we'll send our heroes and allies out to quest. That's where the kind of heart and soul of the game comes out to, where the counter deck has bad enemies, bad cards will come out during the quest phase. We can do that once we start playing a bit more. And then, once you make enough progress on the quest, there's a little 8 there. Once we reach that, we progress, go on to the next stage for the quest. And once you get to the last quest, you usually have a condition on how to win the game. If you meet that condition, we all win. Awesome, great.
Sweet.
If we don't, there's multiple ways you can lose a game. Like I mentioned earlier, if you hit 50 threats, you're eliminated, but the rest of us will play on.
Yep.
So if we still win, you're still with us as a whole.
I can cheer you on.
Yeah, you still win as a team.
You did it! I passed out way back there.
Your heroes, allies, or characters, heroes and allies can take damage. If they ever take damage equal to their hit points or more, they're defeated. So the big 5 there, that's how much hit points he has. So if your heroes get defeated, they're discard from play. If all 3 of your heroes get defeated, you're eliminated from the game as well. So you gotta protect your heroes. That's very important.
Okay.
But like before, the rest of us will keep playing. So if we win the game without you, we'll still include you.
You
I
still
keep pointing
count as a
to you,
winner.
like,
I'm
you're
still a
you're the weakest
winner.
link, but it could be any of us. Like
Yeah.
it happens. So those
Of
are the main
course.
2 ways you lose a game. To threaten out by 50, or else losing all your heroes.
Okay.
Some of us are playing Sylvans with very few defenses.
Oh yeah,
and are
yeah.
more
Look at
vulnerable
you.
to dying.
Yeah, they're
Adriel's got
fragile.
nothing
Hobbits-
for defense.
Hobbits usually the lowest hit points.
Yeah,
They're quite fragile.
Hobbits are
They're-
surprisingly the most fragile.
What?
They're also very sneaky, so they can usually evade they'll
Right.
bad stuff much easier. So,
That's the idea.
I guess.
Shall I begin?
Yeah, let's just do this. Let's get set up.
I guess there's also the enemies, the bad cards. So I'll show you really quick. Here's the quest card tells you what cards you want to use for the enemies and stuff. There's little symbols off to the side here. You'll find
fair.
all
Build the
cards
deck.
with those symbols to use for that scenario. So we got 3 different symbols here. So here's an example of an enemy. So it's got the symbol right there, the paw prints. So we're going to find every card with that paw print to use in this scenario. We're playing the Passage Through Mirkwood, the very first scenario of the revised core set. So it looks like there's also tells you how many are in there. So my eyes get a little bit bad here. 14 There's 14 total cards. It says something 1 out of 14.
Yep, that's 1 of 14.
Yeah.
So double check, make sure you have all 14. They should all be in a row, which they are right here. So there's my 14 of those.
Yeah, I see.
Around. Actually, we're not using a popper, never mind. So we don't want that one. We
Oh,
already
yeah.
put them off
We want the tree,
These ones, yes.
the orc, and the spider.
Which I pulled out already, so yep. We'll be using all of these.
Tree, spider.
So grab all of the cards from those encounter sets. They're called encounter sets. So those 3 encounter sets. This is our encounter deck now. Makes their deck. We'll put the quest cards into play.
Let me shuffle that up.
I'll
Actually, I think we do one more thing first. So there's also something to set up in the quest cards. So it says
start
search
getting
encounter deck
stuck
for
in
1
the
copy of the Forest Spider and 1 copy of Old Forest Road. And add them to the staging area. The staging area is just in play. So we want Old Forest Road and Forest Spider.
Thank you.
And there we go.
I can have
Now
the
you
5s.
Go ahead and shuffle those.
Sorry, did you say shuffle these?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
their encounter deck. Now you would flip the card over. Also a story. I don't know if you want
Shuffle.
to read the flavor or not. You can also read that to get more the story going and get
Yeah.
involved and a little more.
With as
I don't
late
know
as we
how much
are
time
now,
have, sure.
we won't do that. But there is a story.
The story is we're going through Mirkwood, and then spiders attack us.
And don't die.
So these will start and play.
So yeah, this can be our staging area. This can be our quest card. Yes, that's right. We're traveling through Mirkwood Forest with an urgent message for Galadriel. Hey, I'm Galadriel.
What? Well, you already have
Already-
the message.
already
We
have my
win!
I already have my message.
Yay! All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
And on the road through Mirkwood, we get attacked by spiders. Oh no! Specifically that spider.
So, what we're saying, since Galadriel is officially here, Galadriel is with this message as you are with me. You just never listen. Whenever I talk, you just shut down.
What'd he say?
Exactly. All right, so I'm not going first.
I guess I am, so that you can go
Yeah,
last.
yeah.
'Cause you're the less experienced player of the 3 of us. Okay. Quick overview of components. We have resource tokens. These are money. Here you go. Have money. You get 1 money per hero.
1 money, 3 money, and 5 monies.
No, just 1 money per hero.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what we got.
Oh, sure. Well, you'll need the 3s later.
I will need those later, for sure.
There's one new thing about this revised core set. There's higher denominations for each counter, so each token. So now we can play 4 players with plenty of tokens and never have to worry about running out.
Very
Hopefully.
good. Yeah,
I
really.
don't think we will. There's plenty of denominations.
Oh, now
That's
you've
it.
challenged
Challenge
me.
accepted,
Exactly.
These are progress tokens. These are going to go on locations and or the quest to indicate that we are making progress towards our objective and or we are exploring those locations.
And that's what Jeremy mentioned earlier with that number on these cards.
Our characters will be using their willpower, one of their 3 stats, to accomplish that. These are damage tokens. You put them on things, and when something has, or I guess you put these on things with hit points.
Yep, things
And if-
with damage thresholds.
If they have damage equal to their hit points, they die. Don't let that be your heroes. That would be
Nope. I won't do it.
sad. Quick overview of here. Put Celeborn on the thing.
All right, going to the
Quick overview of a
Close-up
card. So each character, whether that is a hero or an ally, you'll see at the bottom it says hero, has 4 stats. The top number is willpower. That's what you use to progress through the quest. That's how good you are at saying, I'm going to save the day.
I can walk well.
I can walk well. But also I'm like insightful. It's got kind of like a nebulous
Walking and
like,
thinking at the same time.
yeah, some people are
That
capable of
hurts.
that.
Not good at it.
The next one down is attack. When you attack enemies, or when enemies attack you, that's the number you use to determine whether they die or not. The next one down is defense. If you defend, or in the case of an enemy, if they are attacked, that's how much damage gets prevented before damage actually goes on the card. Bottom one is hit points. If you have damage equal to your hit points, you're dead. And then obviously like abilities and stuff.
So for setup, we'll each set our threat dials after your hero's threat costs. Mine is at 28. That's, probably about average, decent number.
Yep.
29.
29 here as well.
We'll shuffle our decks, draw 6 cards.
playing new out of the box feels really good. Cards are nice and crisp,
I
but they're
love
also
shuffling
not
cards.
sleeved. And I feel like I'm going to break them all. I like sleeved cards. No.
It's so satisfying, Josh.
It is. But I like sleeves.
I know. I do too, but I really had to rub it in.
So, none of you can see Casey. I think she was making a comment about her tiny hands. I'm pretty sure.
Your big hands.
Okay. These are normal size hands,
Yeah,
right?
those are
They're normal size hands.
Look at that.
These were called sausage fingers earlier in the week. I mean, come on. Those aren't sausage fingers. I think they're perfectly average fingers.
Said lovingly.
Okay, sorry.
Also, calm down. All right. So everyone has 6 cards.
If for any reason you don't like your 6 cards, you can take up 1 mulligan, shuffle them all back in your deck, redraw 6 cards.
I mean, I've got some expensive cards in here, but they're good.
You're going to get 3 resources around. So if you look in the upper left corner, you'll see the cost of the card. Do you
Yeah.
think how many turns do you think before you're going to be able to play all those cards?
All of them, it'll be a couple, but I could drop a couple of them now.
I see Brock Iron Fist, so that's definitely keeper.
I mean, oh my gosh, yes.
Don't peek at his
Yes, so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
Shall
I'm
we
going to
begin?
keep it. Yep.
Let's begin. So, quick overview of the round. First, there will be the planning phase where we play all of our cards. Then there will be the quest phase where we send our characters to go make progress on our quest. After that, we can travel to a location. After that, the enemies will come find us. And then after that, we will fight those enemies, and then we will do all of the cleanup in the regroup step phase. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So since I'm the first player, I have the first player token. I'm going to go first.
Technically, first phase is resource phase.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
technically
resources.
that's already
The
done.
resources
but-
also draw 1 card during the resource phase. So go ahead and draw.
Hey, that's a good card.
Hey, look at that.
Now it's the planning phase. So yeah, it's the first player. Go ahead and
Yeah, we're going to start
play
with
whatever you want.
Haldir is going to give Galadriel her magic ring of power. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So Nenya says, attached to Galadriel, she gains a lore resource icon, and I can exhaust Galadriel and her ring to add her willpower to another character's willpower. Basically, at the end of the quest, I can say, oh no, we didn't make enough. Galadriel, get us there. There's a bunch of other text that we'll get into when we get there, because Galadriel has powerful abilities. Starting with, she can't quest, attack, or defend. So that's all I got.
Alright, so I'm gonna love dwarves. Deck's all about getting a bunch of dwarves into play. Some of my cards get more powerful if I have 5 or more dwarves that I control. So I'm gonna try to get 5 dwarves in play as fast as I can. So I'll pay 1 to play this guy. I also want to play. I guess I also have Nori. Whenever I play a dwarf character from my hand, I get to reduce my threat by 1. So that's a great way to manage your threats. I'll also play an event here. We are not idle. I can exhaust any number of dwarf heroes I control to add 1 resource to a character for each dwarf I exhaust. I'm going to do 2 to add 2 resources to Nori. I'll also draw a card with that.
Jeez. Dwarves are really good. Yeah.
Yes, they're one of the most powerful tribal card types in the game. I like Keeley. He's kind of fun, so he goes and finds.
Go find your brother.
Feely and Keely together.
Keeley just like that. I also played him for my hand, so he did lower my threat by 1. But his brother did not come in and play for my hand, so he'll not get to reduce my threat. But it's kind of fun to get the tandem in play right away. All right, that's my action phase or planning phase. So
Jeez. Okay.
I'll spend my 3. Yes.
Mine's not going to be that intense. I'm going to bring in the Shadowborn Scout for 1. There's my pile. I think I'm going to save the rest for later, but after it enters play, which it just did, I choose a location. Does that count as a location?
A location is any location in play. Yeah, let's shuffle.
There's my location.
Yeah, it says location on the bottom. So locations. So basically, everything in the staging area is the stuff that's out there that we're going to need to deal with, but it's not a problem right now. They're all in play. That's a location. This says location. You get 1 progress.
So I get to add 1 to the location. So
1 progress to 1 location.
so far, I have done more to help us than the 2 of you combined.
All right, let's go to the quest phase, Jeremy.
Yes, that will change.
So far.
All right. In the quest phase, we are going to first commit our characters to the quest. In order, we can decide who is going to go make progress for us. And in order to send a character on the quest, you have to exhaust them, which means you cannot use them for something else. So if Celeborn quests, he cannot defend attacks or attack enemies. So he's going to do that. Here, I got 3 willpower going. So we're going to go in order. Each of us will commit all of our characters, and then the bad stuff will happen to us. But first we get to decide how cool we are.
I'll send the brothers along. I want to leave Dane back since he's a very powerful effect if he's ready. And he only has 1 hit point. I know there's a card in the deck that might kill him, so I'll play it safe early on.
All right. So I am going to send Aragorn.
Sounds good. So real quick, we get to do our math. I've sent 3. You've sent 4. You've sent 2. That's a total of 9 willpower. Let's. Right.
So point quick, yeah, you could send Theodore to get a free resource if you want.
Oh,
His
yeah,
ability.
you know what? I might as well. I hadn't looked at his ability closely enough yet. I was focused more on Aragorn.
Great. So yeah, trigger Theodred's ability.
Yep.
Get a resource.
Resource.
Theodred says when he quests, somebody gets a resource.
I question
And-
character. So you can give it to
And
Aragorn.
after I commit to a quest, I can spend a resource
Which is right now.
to ready him. So committed, so I still get my points,
Yep.
but I'm back to ready, and I'm removing that
Yep.
and then keeping the
That's the
extra.
combo. So that's 10 willpower. We're going to reveal 3 cards off the deck. Then we're going to total the threat, which is this number in the upper left, of all the cards in the staging area, and that will prevent that much progress on our quest. So I'll go ahead and go first. It's a forest gate. It's just a location in play. Jeremy, go next.
Another forest spider. Show off some of these.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I
You
got
got
the
the-
Great Forest Web,
Destroy all of us? Oh,
which is another location.
Great. So we have 3 locations and 2 enemies in the staging area. They have a total threat of, I can do math, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Right? We
So we
committed
got it.
10. We committed 10 willpower. There is 9 threat in the staging area. So 10 minus 9 is 1. We make 1 progress on the quest. When we get 8 progress on the quest, we'll go to the next quest stage, and then things will change. In the meantime, here's a bunch of stuff for us to deal with.
Stuff. I love stuff.
All right, then the next phase is the travel phase. So we can choose 1 location in the stage area and travel to there. That's where we say we want to go and explore, which is usually a good thing. That's the easiest way to get rid of locations in the staging area is you'll travel to them.
Which lowers that number.
Yep.
So is quite necessary.
Anything to get threat out of the staging area is good.
Yep.
Where would we like to go?
If we go to the forest gate, I get to draw 2 cards.
If we go to the forest, we exhaust.
If we go to the web, then we each have
Or,
to exhaust
yeah,
the hero.
sorry. Great Forest Web.
I guess how scared of these spiders are we? The spiders, actually this is relevant right now. Go show
Yep.
off a spider.
Spider.
In the upper left corner of the spider, you'll see the number 25. That is its engagement cost. Basically, that spider will attack anybody that has 25 or more threat, which is currently all of us.
Yep.
So
It'll engage
It
one
will-
of them.
it'll engage one of us.
Yeah, it'll
only
engage
attacks
one starting with the first player,
Uh,
but we can choose to engage it before it auto-engages.
Yes. Basically, all that is to say is we can't ignore the spider. It's coming,
Right,
it's
right.
coming
These
after
are
us.
coming at us one way or the other.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do, actually, before we get to the travel phase, is use Galadriel's ability, or Nenya's ability, I guess. As a quest action, I can exhaust Galadriel and Nenya to add 4 willpower to her husband. Actually, we'll add it to Aragorn for funsies.
Yeah,
and
her
that
husband
gives us-
Aragorn.
No,
no,
stop.
no, not at all.
That gives us 4 more progress because we added 4 willpower
Yep.
at the end.
Seems good. Seems good.
Anyway, yep.
I love drawing cards, but my dwarves are doing pretty decent at that. So you want to go here and draw some cards?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we've been at the
yeah,
locations
we'll
just
put it up
above
there.
the quest. We know that's where we are now.
Okay.
So we are currently at the gate saying, oh, nice gate. I'm going to draw 2 cards. Nice gate.
That is a great gate.
Show it off quick. So he has a response after we travel there. The first player draws 2 cards. So sometimes the bad cards can be good. Like you never know.
Occasionally.
Usually,
This
yeah.
is Lord of the Rings,
Right.
after all.
This is the very first scenario, so a little more forgiving and helping us out.
But also Lord of the Rings has, occasionally, when you think everything's going horrible, something good happens.
I don't see any eagles yet.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
After the travel phase is encounter phase.
This is Mirkwood. How do eagles
Yeah, that's fair.
So this is where enemies will try to engage us. So to start the engagement phase, we can choose an enemy in the stage area and option engage it if we want to, which sometimes is beneficial.
So I'm just going to throw this out there. I have no one to defend me, and Haldir is really good at attacking enemies that aren't engaged with me.
So you do not want an enemy
So
coming towards you.
Please save me from the spiders.
I mean, Aragorn is happy to take on a spider.
Yeah, I'll take one on as well. So I will choose option engage. You'll choose option engage.
I will engage, and now they would auto-engage if there were any others, and they were underneath our threat threshold.
No more in the staging area.
Yep.
So, I guess we also have force. Each use 4 spiders. So
Yep.
and now it gets +1 attack till end of the round. So I'll each 3 attack.
Okay.
Now we go to the combat phase. So yeah, the combat phase. The first thing we do is give each enemy a shadow card. You should take the top card in the card deck, put it face down, starting with the first player and going on the table. This is kind of a secret, kind of hidden thing that not exactly sure what it is. It could be nothing. It could be a nasty effect.
Could be real bad.
It could be this enemy gets +5 attack. No, I mean not literally, but sometimes.
Well, that's what my
Not
stats
in this,
for.
not in this scenario. Not in this
Yeah,
scenario, but
so-
sometimes it can be really bad.
Challenging scenarios can get some really nasty effects. So it gives a little more tension and unpredictability. Like you're not quite sure what that spider might do. It could, be much bigger and harsher than it looks. So once you pass out the shadow cards, now you start the first player going around. You have no enemies, so it goes to me. I choose do I want to defend against this forest spider or not. If I do, I choose one of my characters to defend it. I'll exhaust that character. They have to be ready in order to defend. Otherwise, if I don't want to defend, I can take it undefended. The enemy will simply do all of its damage directly to one of my heroes without ignoring defense. So it's risky to do undefended because that's the easiest way to lose heroes is with undefended attacks. So it's a 3 attack. Dane has 3 defense, so seems kind of natural to use Dane as my defender. So I'll declare Dane as my blocker. Once you do that, you reveal a shadow card, see if there's anything there. So normally a shadow card will have an effect below it. This one does not.
You can show off the spider.
Forest spider itself actually has a shadow effect, but the enemies in play, they don't trigger their shadow effects. It's just a card you flip over, so you can ignore this shadow effect right now since it wasn't dealt as a shadow card. But that's what they would look like, anything underneath that little line at the skull. So luckily it's no shadow effects, so we just discard it. Now he has 3 attack, but I have 3 defense, so Dane's 3 defense blocks it all, he doesn't take any damage. And then on to Josh.
I mean,
Josh gets the block.
do I just want to throw Gloin at it and try to get as many
Yes.
resources as possible?
Oh yeah, Glowing
good idea.
loves to get money.
So I'm throwing that up there. So after
Glowing.
I defend, right?
Is
Or no,
after
it's just
you
after I
take
take damage. Whenever I take damage, I take as many resources as damage that I take. So going over my threshold would be bad because then I get taken away with all my resources. But
In the meantime,
that thing's not taking me out.
So then go ahead and reveal your shadow card.
So, let's do that thing. Okay, there is a shadow effect. So choose and discard 1 attachment from the defending character. I have none.
Nice.
So Jeremy already showed this off. I'm not worried about
there you go.
that because it literally did nothing.
So you have
So 3 damage, I block 1. So
There's
I
2
take 2 and I get 2 resources. You already got them.
Glowing
Sweet.
gets 2 money.
Nice.
After the enemy's attack, now it's our turn to retaliate. When the players attack, again we go in order. You can declare any number of your ready characters. I guess your ready characters to say, okay, Aragorn's ready. He's going to attack, and he's going to use his attack minus their defense equals damage. We can show off Haldir here. Haldir is an archer, so he has the ranged keyword. What that means is that Haldir can attack enemies engaged with other players. 2 important notes. Note number 1 is you can team up an attack, right?
Yep.
If Aragorn and Glowin and Theodred were all ready, they could all team up and say, here's a 7 attack on this enemy, and the enemy only gets their defense once. Haldir can join in another person's attack because he has ranged. He just says, hey, you attack him and I'll shoot him with my arrow. So, spoiler
great.
alert, I'm going to do that.
Pretty great. So there was a question in the chat. I like the question.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we just went to the Forest Gate.
Yes,
You got to draw 2 cards.
yes.
Why would you ever choose not to?
Yes. So 2 potential reasons. Reason number 1 is so I'm the first player. at the end of the round, I'm going to pass this token over to Jeremy. Maybe we want to wait until Jeremy's the first player, and then we travel to the forest gate so Jeremy gets to draw the cards, not me, right? Or you or whoever. The other reason is this provides 2 threat to the staging area. Maybe there's another location in the staging area that's providing 5 threat, and we really need that gone. And then it's like, yeah,
Right.
drawing 2 cards is nice, but you know what's also nice is not losing the game.
Right. But it says you may draw 2. Why would you ever not draw the 2?
Oh, I mean, the short answer is you probably wouldn't.
Okay.
But the more specific answer is some scenarios might have enemies that punish you for drawing cards, or you might be playing a deck that its synergy requires you to not have a ton of cards, or right. We didn't
So
want to
just-
force you to draw cards if there was some corner case where you wouldn't.
Right. Okay. Sounds great. Cool.
Yep. That's
All
it.
right.
So you are defenders. Now is a chance to
Now
attack.
we get to attack.
So go around the table.
So-
You have nobody. So go
Yep.
to me.
So,
I don't really have a worthwhile attack, so I can just pass.
well, I'll throw this out there. Haldir can attack either of those spiders. If he teams up with Aragorn, we can kill this one.
Yep.
Or Aragorn could put 2 damage, and I could put 2 damage, and we can kill the next turn.
So we kill the one.
You say we kill the one now and deal with the other one later?
Yeah.
Great. Let's do that.
Okay. Sounds good. So you're not going to do anything. So the important thing to note here is these are no longer here.
Right.
Even if you're not doing anything to it, it's still engaged with you, but it's not adding its threat to anything going on up top. So that's great. All right, so I'm going to deal 3.
Get him.
You're going to deal 3. That would be 6. Minus its 1. That's over 4. Bye-bye, spider.
Spider dead. Get him.
So yeah, this spider will stay around until we defeat it or take care of it any other way. So most likely it'll attack me again next round, but hopefully we find answers to kill next round.
Most likely.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah,
Things
I'm
could
not.
change.
I'm not playing tactics, so I can't make Haldir's attack strength better. But
All right, that's in the combat phase.
Okay.
regroup phase, right?
Technically it's called something else, but
Oh,
essentially, yeah, end of round phase.
refresh phase.
Refresh, yeah.
Yeah. Ready all your cards.
So everything gets ready to go.
So in the refresh phase, ready all your cards. Increase your threat by 1. I'm gonna go to 30,
Same Z's.
and I'm gonna pass this over to Jeremy.
I almost went to 10 because I turned it the wrong way.
Can't do that.
So that's the end of the first round. So go to the next round. Start
We
the
did it.
resource phase. So
Resources. Everybody gets 1 resource. Boop, boop, boop.
I'm
And
gonna
1
take from
card.
this pool.
I have Ori, so if I control at least 5 dwarf characters, I draw 1 additional card at the beginning of resource phase. So
Yep. And I do want to make it clear you said everybody gets a resource. Every hero.
Yes, every hero.
No allies.
Yeah, allies cannot really gain resources to play cards. It's just your heroes.
Allies are there to help fight and to help quest and to sacrifice their lives for your heroes. I see you, Snowborn Scout. I
Oh
know
yeah.
your job.
Oh yeah. It's very clear.
I know what your job is.
I would love to have more resources with all these cards, but I do not currently, so I think I will.
I'm afraid I don't have any ways to give you resources.
I can play 1 card here. It costs 0 resources. So some cards have 0 cost, so you just play them for free. But you still have to have a matching hero with that sphere in order to play it.
Yep.
So it's leadership. I need to have leadership hero in play in order to play it. I can't just play a tactics card right now for 0 because I don't have a tactics hero. But 0 is awesome, so I'm looking at maybe Haldir. Like, I don't know, it'd be really nice to just be able to,
Yeah?
if we can take on enemies, have Haldir come in and help us out. That
Sniping them all.
could be useful.
Since this is a cooperative game, doing things like what Jeremy just did of, I have this cool card, but maybe it's better for another player. Like, let's go. That's
Yeah.
what makes the game fun.
Exactly. Sharing cards, putting cards in each other's characters, makes a very cooperative experience. That's all I can do. So
Okay.
All right.
So let's talk timing.
I was going to say, before you take your before you start playing cards, I want to do a thing, but let's talk timing.
So I have an event card
Yes.
that I want to play,
Okay.
but not right now.
Okay. You're asking me when we can play it.
Yes.
Jeremy, when can we play it?
it's a little more technical. Usually, there's a certain point in every phase. There's 7 different phases. There's like an actual window, which then you can take actions like playing events.
Yep.
Unless the event tells you a specific time, you usually play it during any of those action windows, which
Actually,
is mostly throughout the round. There's specific
Yep.
moments where you can't, but
I knew the answer. I
as
just
a-
wanted it said out loud.
as an actual good example, let's show off Nenya real quick. Nenya says quest action, so that ability can be used anytime during an action window in the quest phase. We say action window, but mostly that just means you can't do it when you're in the middle of revealing cards. It cannot be used anytime other than the quest phase. In contrast, here's Galadriel. She has an ability I'm about to use. She has an action. Because it doesn't say when, it can just be any action in any phase. Specifically, I'm going to use her action right now. Would you like a card and to lower your threat by 1?
Like I get to draw a
You
card.
just get to draw a card and lower your threat by 1.
Are you going to exhaust her?
Yes.
If you exhaust her, can you then exhaust Nenya and her, or she's already exhausted, she can't be
No,
exhausted?
she can do one thing.
Right.
And I'm choosing to do her instead of Nenya.
I mean, we could do that. Or we could wait and I could use... I mean, it's a co-op game. We could just blow everything up and have everything come right back.
We could do that.
Actually, we could do that too.
But that's, yes, I was going to say.
So, yeah,
it's
let's
better
do
to do that after people have committed to the quest.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, sure, I will lower it by 1, which
Yes.
means that I got to find back to 29 here.
So Galadriel says...
Draw a card.
Just because she's... Just so people know what the heck we're doing. Galadriel says, Galadriel cannot quest, attack, or defend, but I can exhaust her to let any player draw a card and lower their threat by 1 just once per round. You get to do it, no cost. She also has text that says, my allies don't exhaust the turn they enter play. And you'll see that I'm going to be putting allies into play and then taking them out of play and then putting them back into play and then taking them out of play a lot. So
Okay, cool. All right, so on my turn, I need to make sure that I have enough resources to do that thing. So I only have a few to spend. Don't need that. How many Gondor characters? I have none. Okay, does anybody have Gondor?
Nope, we got the
Nope.
Gondor deck. off
Gondor
the
deck's
side.
over there.
It's over there. All right.
no Gondors.
Well, then I'm...
Maybe one in your hand there.
What's that? Yeah.
Play ally there.
There is, but I need the resources to do that thing, because that's just going to be fun.
I can always do later. You don't need to do this round.
Yeah, I'll hold. I'll stay.
You're good? All right. Well, spoiler alert, I didn't just do this Galadriel thing willy-nilly, because I have an ally in my hand that I'm going to play right now. Greenwood Archer says, response, after this card enters play, ready a hero. Hey, we did
Hey,
it.
look at that.
Also, Celeborn, the one of the leaders of Lorien, says after a Sylvan ally enters play, it gets +1/+1/+1/+1 each of its stats until the end of the round. And Galadriel says it doesn't exhaust a quest. So this card, you can show it off, actually is a 1/3/1
Yep.
with ranged that
One-
readied Galadriel. So got to draw you a card.
1/3/1.
So very good.
Readied Galadriel and can quest
And can
with
quest.
no downside.
Yep.
For this round, yeah.
For
For
this
this round.
round.
Yes.
And
yes.
then after this round, maybe I'll put it back in my hand so I can do it all again.
Sweet.
Nice.
Spoiler alert. I will also play. You don't have any rangers over there, dwarf deck, right?
No.
Okay.
Dwarf
Aragorn
rangers.
can ready himself. You're not a ranger. Haldir will get Wingfoot, I think. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I got you. Haldir will get Wingfoot. Wingfoot says after he quests, I choose a card type, and then if that card type gets revealed during the staging, he gets to stand up.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right, let's go to quest phase.
All right. Let's quest. Hey, everybody should quest. If you have a number on your card, you should quest.
Well, you don't want to overdo it either, because if you overdo it, sometimes it's wasted. Because if you make enough progress to pass a quest, go on the next stage, all that you did surpass it or exceeded it is kind of wasted.
All
and
the
carried
excess
over.
goes away.
All of it just disappears. So you don't want to do too much, because then you just kind of
That big event that you're showing off, I find to be optimized for. Oh no, we need to murder
Yeah.
everything this round.
later in the game.
Okay, fine. Well, but there's not going to be a later in the game. We're already at an hour.
Are we?
Are we?
That's why I want to blow this thing up.
Let's go then.
Is this our last round, or do we want to play one more round?
I think we can do one more round.
Okay,
We'll do one more. So maybe we
next
blow
round.
things up next round.
Yeah. We'll
Let's
do it next
move
round.
this along, and then we'll blow it all up.
Because I want to show off my cool combo.
Right.
I have a
Because
cool combo.
I mean, you can add 4.
I'm gonna add
We
a bunch. Don't worry.
right. I mean, as long as we need it, right?
Yes.
What are you doing?
No, I'm not going there.
It's not your turn.
All right, JZ, what are you doing?
Jeez. I'm the new player here.
I didn't say anything new. I'm just hasty.
Don't
Fair.
be hasty.
I make for a very bad end.
All right, let's go to quest phase.
All right.
All right, let's go to quest phase.
I'm making for a very bad end.
All right, let's go to quest phase. 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 All right I'll send 3, 4, 5.
Okay. I mean, obviously, I'll be sending Aragorn, who's going to ready himself and grab that.
That's not how that works.
What's that?
It costs him one. He doesn't get one for
Yeah. Sorry. No, I'm doing that. Then I'm doing that.
There you
then
go.
he's gaining the
Then
one,
he
so I'm
gets that
breaking
one.
even.
Yeah,
there it
you
is.
go. There you go.
But ready.
Yes, but ready. Just those two?
Yeah, I mean, the scout's useless.
Great. Celeborn, Haldir, and the Greenwood Archer are all going to go together.
And the archer doesn't.
And the Archer doesn't
exist.
exhaust.
All right, so reveal 1 card per player. So we got Necromancer's Pass is the first one. Another location.
So that's a 3. And I've got a Forest Gate again.
Another one.
We'll pretend that I said enemy because
Oh,
I was supposed to name a card type before
yeah,
we started
yeah.
revealing. But I don't care about locations.
And then you reveal 1.
Enemy.
Let's be an enemy, please. Nope.
That's not
more
an enemy.
locations.
Wow, you should have done locations.
That's okay. Clearly.
Who shuffled this?
Casey did.
Every time.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how much did we send? 3, 4, 5, 6,
5, so that's 11.
3.
14.
14. So we make 4 progress. That completes this. I'll use Galadriel to to add 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is more than 8. We did it. Let's go to stage 2.
I should go really quick. So if there's an active location,
Oh, yeah.
before
Yeah.
progress is placed on a quest, you place it on an active location. It has a quest point value, the 4 there. So you need to put 4 progress on there before any progress can be placed on a quest. Once it has progress equal to this quest point value, it's defeated or just. And then the rest of the progress goes on the quest. We still had enough to complete the quest, so we go on to stage 2.
And there's text and more story that goes
yeah.
along with it that we're not going to cover right now because
We found a fork in the road. It's called a fork in the road. This fork in the road has 2 quest points, and here, you want to show it off?
Yeah.
Says when we defeat it, we're going to get one of these 2 paths at random.
oh yeah, I remember that now.
It only has 2 quest point values, so very low. So
Yeah.
easy.
So we're gonna blow this thing out of the water
That's the plan.
on my round.
That's the plan.
Hopefully, this is the first snare of the game. It's
Right. It's supposed to be
introductory.
easier.
Yeah, just get used to
Discard
how
2
things
cards
work.
in my hand
Not be
at
too
random.
challenging.
Yep.
All
All right, cool. So that was questing.
So
Do we want to travel anywhere?
I guess might as well.
So we can't travel to the webs unless I use the cram to ready Haldir.
So you could ready a character you control if we go to the forest road.
I mean, if you can handle going to the pass, that would be my preference.
Discard
But
2
that's gonna
cards
cost-
at random.
That's going to cost Jeremy two random cards.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I love my cards, but that's all right.
You love,
All
beating,
right.
you love beating the game more than your cards.
I'm a good teammate.
Those 2. Hopefully they're bad.
Well, Leader of the Memorial was great. This was my best card, but oh well. You have another card.
I was gonna
Even
say,
if it wasn't
have
your
a
best
similar-
card, you would have said that just to make me feel bad.
Of course.
You have a similar effect. So there's no enemies, so it's just this fire.
So we skip the encounter phase, go right to combat.
Okay.
So hand out the trailer card. I can choose my defender. Sure. I guess Dane can. Well, I guess Dane he has a powerful ability when he's ready, so I kind of want to leave him ready.
May I make a proposition?
He's only 2 attacks, so maybe
Can somebody else defend?
Undefended.
There is a keyword that allows
Oh,
someone
sure.
else to defend.
Let's go ahead and do that just to show it off.
Okay. So I have Sentinel on Aragorn. So because I'm a Sentinel, I'm gonna defend.
So you can hop in front of the way since it's
Yep.
Or no, we got Hummer Horns as the strap.
Oh no!
That's one of the most difficult cards in the course as the Hummer Horns. There's only 1 copy.
Great.
So Shadow Effects deal 1 damage to each character the defending player controls, 2 damage instead if this attack is undefended.
Okay. Well, it was defended, so I take.
It's not defended. Well, luckily it's not undefended.
There you go.
Wait.
There's damage.
I'm still a defending character.
Oh.
He's the defending player. You're the
Okay.
defending
Got it.
character.
Got it. Yep. That's too bad. I really wanted that extra resource.
Right?
Because I will point out really quick to you, so there's a gold symbol around the encounter set icon. That's for if you want to, there's a mode called Easy Mode if you're new to the game or just want to have more fun. It makes it just a better experience if you're not up to the challenge sometimes. So if you do that, you can just take out every card that has a gold symbol. Those are usually more difficult, powerful cards. Like this one, it's gonna be very nasty cards. So if you want to have a better, funner experience, and go ahead and take the cards out of the deck with the gold symbol, because those can be very nasty.
Terrifying.
I think your record
Alright.
keeper
And
dies.
then I can easily kill them since I have all my dwarves get +1 attack thanks to Dane. So They will gladly murder this spider.
Get him. This archer's gonna
They
help.
all
just-
take 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Is all
so-
characters?
All
It's all characters.
characters.
Oh, that's heroes.
Nope.
That is very nasty.
So you got a couple more.
This archer's gonna help just so that he can say he helped.
All right, and that's it. So
That's the end of the round. Everyone
Okay.
ready?
ready up. Raise your threat by 1.
Raise
Pass
your
that
threat
first
by
player
1.
token. Resource phase. Get your resources. Draw a card.
Draw a card.
I'll draw 2 cards.
All of the resources. I'll draw a card.
And then start with Josh.
Oh, man.
You have all those resources. Why don't
I
you
could have been helpful.
play some stuff?
Well, I'm going to now. I was so excited to do that last turn, but it's now the final round, so let's just do it. So Faramir's going to come in and play.
There you go.
Best card.
There you go.
Faramir's great.
Faramir's-
We'll just spin it
Faramir's the
off.
man.
Annoying. All right, so Faramir has an...
Show off Faramir.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Got a cool action. So I get to exhaust Faramir to choose a player. Each character controlled by that player gets +1 to their will
Yep.
for the round, or the end of the phase.
Makes him really good at questing.
Yep. So it's pretty sweet. So Faramir is here. Faramir was 4. I need to make sure that I have 5 at the end.
So you got 1 more, or 2 more if you want to use the Edred.
What's that?
You got 1 more resource, or 2 if you want to use the
Right.
Edred.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 2 more for 4 Gondor.
Is that until the end of the round?
This is until the end of the phase.
Spoiler alert: events
Shoot
usually
skis.
stay until the end of the phase.
Yep. Yeah. Then I'm just going to hang out.
Good enough, yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Faramir's good.
So I'm going to play the Tree People. This says return a Sylvan ally to my hand to search the top 5. This ally specifically. To search the top 5 cards of my deck for a different Sylvan ally, or I guess any Sylvan ally, and put them into play directly for free.
What?
Fantastic card.
So I'm going to upgrade. So I'm just showed off. I'm going to upgrade this Greenwood Archer into a Mirkwood Runner, who costs. So this one returns to my hand. I can play him again later. This Mirkwood Runner comes in for free. It gets buffed by Celeborn and Galadriel. That says shuffle, right?
Should.
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, so this Mirkwood Runner is a 2 willpower, 3 attack ally that doesn't exhaust a quest, and also when it attacks by itself, the defending enemy does not get any defense. Very good.
Wow.
There you go.
No, I'm not done because
You done?
I also have Galadriel's Handmaiden. It's when she enters play, she reduces somebody's threat by 1. That'll be me. And I think I'm happy with the rest of that. I wish I had more green cards to play, but I don't.
Celeborn also. Buffs
Oh
her.
yeah, Celeborn buffs her too, and Galadriel, because she entered play.
I'll play here Nimr's Prospector for 2. Nori will lower my threat by 1. Just go to the top 3 cards of my deck. Oh, I was hoping to find a hidden cache, darn it.
Oh yes, that's right. Hidden caches are in this.
If I did find one, I had one in my discard already. It's really cool. It can give me 2 resources out of nowhere.
Nice.
And I can shuffle 1 card from discard pile back into my deck. It's probably not going to matter if this is the last round, so.
See, hidden cache to me is when I put on my winter jacket for the first time of the season,
find
and
a
I reach
$5
into
bill.
a pocket and I'm like, sweet, money.
Yep.
That's hidden cache.
And I'm done.
Great.
Okay.
Quest phase.
I mean, we don't need to go this hard, but I really want to use this card. Can we just blow it all up?
I would say
I really
let's
want to.
use.
We
it-
don't need
use,
it.
Use the card to kill the enemies.
There won't be any enemies. You shuffled.
Yeah,
there weren't
so
any
we
last
got
time?
3 locations. And
All
we
right,
gotta
fine.
Get 3 enemies.
I'll Aragorn or Theodred.
let you
I'll
have your fun.
spend 1 but gain 1.
What's that?
I say let him have his. I let him have his fun.
Let's go. Everybody in.
We're going all in?
Yes.
Let's do it. I just want to do it. I'm even sending the scout, which is a 0, but Faramir
Yeah, I was gonna say
is going
Faramir
to give all of yours +1 because you have the most.
Makes sense.
So that's
Makes
an
sense.
extra 6. All right, so Aragorn's ready.
We'll do
Actually,
that-
no, I'm not going to do that. I'm
Yeah,
going to keep
you
my
don't-
resource
Specifically, don't do
and
that.
gain the resource from
There
Theodred.
you go.
Yeah, we'll do the math at the end. I send everyone except for Galadriel because Galadriel
'Cause-
says she can't quest,
And then adds 4 to
and then
the
adds
quest.
4 later.
All right, so that's me.
Wait,
It's actually
enemy.
play it right now, right? There's
Oh, you're
Oh,
calling.
yeah, yeah.
Reach in there.
No, you should play the event right now.
I play it right now.
So there's an action window before we reveal the cards. We send everyone a
Yep.
request, action window, so go ahead and...
So I'm spending 5 for Grim Resolve. This is an action event card that readies all characters in play. Boom, boom. I know this was not the right time to use that card, but because this is the final round,
You want to go even extra?
we're doing it. Oh my
Since we're
gosh.
going extra, you want to go even extra?
Let's go Ultra.
Faramir can buff his team again.
Faramir, do it again.
All right, go for it.
All right, cool. So that cost me 5.
Yes, it does.
So there's 4, 5. All right. So we're very resolved. That's my first
Very
discard
cool
card.
cards, yeah.
Okay, so you're at a plus 12. This is so good.
Extra.
Right, and yeah, reveal, and there it is.
There it
I did not
is!
see it, I just know there's 3 copies in there.
Deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. All right, good save, good save.
Faramir takes a bullet. Oh no, so scary.
You could have waited with Faramir, but oh well.
Eh.
I'm going to reveal a card
Let's
as
show
well.
it quick. So just show
Yeah,
it.
yeah, show it.
Oh yeah,
That's-
yeah.
It's a very memorable core set
Yes.
card.
It is a good treachery card.
Great art.
All right, here
Yeah, it
comes
is.
my card. It's a forest spider. Oh no, spiders.
Wait, didn't you say enemies? What happens?
He readies.
It's already
Oops.
Eat that cram too.
Yeah, right.
Another location.
Oh yeah, there's
Mountains of Mirkwood.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of locations.
Mountains in the
Yeah.
forest.
that's how
Yeah,
it works.
yeah.
Trees grow on mountains.
Yeah.
So do you want to
Mountains
add
grow under trees.
All right, quick math. We got whatever you have plus 12.
26? Or 26
I'm at
total.
7.
26 plus 7 is 33. Plus 5 is 38. Plus 5 is 43. 43 minus 7 is 36. We make
36.
36.
We only needed 4.
Minus, wait, 36 minus 2, progress on the active
Yep.
location, is we put...
Wait, we had this one there. 2 more.
Oh yeah. yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So
Oh,
down to 34.
Minus 2 is 32. We put 32 progress. We defeat this quest stage by an excess of 30 willpower.
It's fine.
Good
Good
job.
job, we did it.
Yep.
When this gets defeated, we reveal one of these 2 at random.
Eeny, meeny, miny, that one.
You choose.
Oh, jeez.
You choose
I mean,
whichever
it's not
path.
super random when you point it at me.
Let's show it.
Or it's just the backside that's
Oh, yeah.
different.
The backsides are the same, so that it's random.
Okay. Cool.
Bjorn's Path says we can't win if the Ungoliant spawn is in play, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so this is just 10 progress, and then if the Ungoliant spawn shows up, then we gotta kill it. But
See, I would have used that card for this 10,
it won't
but
show up.
this is our last round.
We'll travel to the Old Forest Road so that you get to ready a character.
Yeah, Faramir, come on back.
For the lulls. Okay, and then who wants to fight this spider?
I mean,
I will.
I want to.
You want
Yeah, let Josh have his fun.
I want to fight the spider.
Here, Josh. Oh, wait, I already used. No, I
So-
didn't use Galadriel. Here, draw a card.
Oh, sweet, thanks. And lower that by 1.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're about to be done.
Yep, show a card.
Shadow card.
Choose your defender.
I mean, do I just sacrifice the scout now for funsies?
Yes.
No.
That is a decent strategy. Like
Yeah, like that's
that's a really good strategy.
kind of what the scout's there for.
Right, I know that's what it's there for.
Yeah, he's pretty much only good for his coming and play effects, and then just biting the bullets and jumping in front of an enemy.
But yeah, usually you want to put him in front of a big.
It's not very big enemy.
Right, and this isn't very big, so I'm going to have Aragorn defend. Okay, and no shadow effect. So it's just going to be its 2 plus its 1 till the end of the round. I block 2 of that. I take 1. And then I can use this event now, right?
Probably.
Sure.
It's an event, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to, but I'm just going to
sure.
exhaust Theodred just to bring Aragorn back.
That's mild upgrade. That doesn't go back in your hand.
Nope, it does not. I just used that.
Doesn't go over
Your
there.
discard.
My discard. Wow. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Haldir is gonna join into whatever attack you.
And then, yeah, Aragorn,
Overkill.
glowing,
Get him.
the Faramir.
Get him.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess yeah, that's one thing too. You can when you attack an enemy, you can send as many people as you want that you control. So
Yep.
it's not just 1 for 1. You can just gang up on the enemy. But
Right.
defending, you can only have 1 defender.
I was just gonna say defense is not that way though, so don't over defend. You can't build a wall,
No.
but
From
you can
a
have
cover
many
effect.
stabby stabs
Yeah.
That
and
would
shooty shoots.
that would be nice. But that's what cards are for. to let you break
Exactly.
to let you break the rules.
Yep.
That's the end of the round.
All right, so end of the round. Everybody all ready? And we'll move that. But we're going to call it here.
Because most likely we would have won this next round. Like, we could just quest for a bunch, and
Yep.
as long as the big enemy didn't come up, we just show that off quick what the Mongolian spawn looks like. It's the most impressive enemy in the first scenario.
Was it on top of the deck?
It was second from the
It
top,
was second
so
from the top of the deck.
It would have come up, which would have been awesome to see.
Yeah. For what it's worth, we would have put 10 progress. Mongolian spawn would have come out. We would have said, "Oh no, scary." We would
And
have
then we would have
immediately
killed it.
and
Yep.
we would have won.
Most likely, yeah. It's 9 hit points is quite a bit, but we were getting set up pretty well, so.
And I had 2 Tested Will in my hand, so we're safe. We should show this off. This is like one of the most important cards of the game.
It's crazy strong.
Yeah.
Straight up cancel.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
And it only costs 1. That's great. Yeah, I was going to sacrifice Gloin against that spider just to put
so that you could
in
get Brock
Iron Fist,
Yeah.
which would have been super cool. So Brock Iron Fist, whenever a dwarf leaves play, a dwarf hero I control leaves play, he just joins the fray.
He just shows up.
Yep.
Shows up for free.
Normally a 6 cost.
Cram belongs to you, and the Tested Will belongs to me. Yep.
Okay. Well, perfect.
So-
Yeah. Did you want to say anything about the game?
Yeah, so this is kind of a quick playthrough Lord of the Rings LCG. This is first scenario is, probably easiest, so hopefully everyone can have fun getting that, but then the next scenario gets a bit tougher, and the third scenario is especially challenging though in the core set, so don't be afraid if you can't defeat it. It's meant to be very challenging. It does get easier in multiplayer. I mean, as a whole, it gets a little bit easier the more players you have. You can, synergize your decks and plays, and if somebody gets a very bad draw, though, people can hopefully make up for that, and then, so I recommend doing multiplayer if you want to maybe have the best chance of winning. But it also works well in solo too, so. But yeah, it's kind of a brief overview of the game, so.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, before I say thank you to both of you, I do want to answer one more question that was asked earlier after we mentioned it, but I just want to cover it again. In these starter decks, it's not just the starter deck. It's not just the 50 cards and the 3 heroes. There is another wad of cards for your deck building purposes.
So I may have, while y'all were talking beforehand, made a bunch of adjustments to my deck.
Oh, did you actually change some stuff? Okay,
I did as
sweet.
well.
Wow. I didn't even see it because I was busy focusing on you wonderful
It's
people.
fun. I think there's like 82 cards in each starter deck, so.
Yeah, that sounds
Jeez.
about right.
Okay, so
Healthy
plenty of
number,
options to
yeah.
adjust. And then if you have any of the starters
A deck has
with
50 cards.
what's that?
A deck has 50 cards
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
get 82, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you do pick up any of the starters and you have the revised core, you're able to mix and match all of the cards.
Yeah, pretty well, actually.
Right? So, yeah, you can do that. You can adjust. You can change, as they both did behind my back, but in front of my face.
Also in front of your face.
Yes, both of those things. All right, well, cool. Jeremy, Tyler, thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
This was a blast. I'm glad that we're back to live streams. We are hoping that we're actually back to regular live streams, but I can't promise you when the next one's going to be, so keep watching our social medias to figure out when that will be, hopefully soon. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to all for joining us. This was great. I'm going to throw this out because we haven't done it in a while. Thank you to Carolina Game Tables. This game, dude, this
yeah.
table is
Yeah, we love
ridiculous. And make sure that you follow us on all of our socials, which are going to be down below. And we will catch you next time. Bye.